Did you grow up listening to the ways of being, watching Sleeping Beauty and thinking that you had to wait for Prince Charming, seeing all these princesses that were so perfect and pretty and skinny and had flawless skin and seemed to never age, and where those who aged were deemed unlikable and unworthy and meant to be trash because it was always the younger, most beautiful women who were loved? Me too. Did you grow up being told to smile? Did you grow up being told to just fit in and stop making noise and stop laughing when there wasn't anything funny and stop asking questions and stop being yourself? Me too. Did you grow up being told that everything about you was not good enough? Me too. And I'm angry about it. I'm so angry, and I want to alchemize all that is inside and dig and remove all those layers, because we have learned from the stories that we have watched and the stories that we were read to as a child, and from how our mothers were and how the other women around us were and what the men thought of us and what society asked of us. We have learned to be a certain way, because if we weren't, we wouldn't fit in. And it's time to put a stop to that. So, if you're ready, enter this video, because it is one where we will see through the image that the mirror shows and dive into the oddness that is really inside. Note, when I say weird, I think that I actually refer to my neurospiciness. So, if you are neurospicy, welcome. And I hope that you may find this entertaining and that it will gift you life. That was the alarm. It's time to start the video. Oh yeah, it's finally time, ladies and gentlemen, for me to show you what it's like to be me. I feel so scared to be me. I was walking around life pretending to be someone else. I was walking and walking and walking and walking, and I wasn't me. I was like this. But then I did something revolutionary. I looked at myself in the mirror. And in the mirror, I saw the truth. And the truth is that I dance, I do funny things, I do these things that are me. I forget sometimes that I like to jump around, I like to make some sound, and I like to scream. Hee hee hee, I like to be alone. Hee hee hee, I like to be alone. Hee hee hee, I am a weirdo worm. And this is not even a performance of the social media. This is just me showing myself to remind that I am weird. So I went to the bathroom and I looked at myself in the mirror and I stared. And I had just been on my phone for a long, long time. So I just stared. And then I smiled and made goofy faces, and I remembered that I am a little goofball, and that's really fun. That's it. Because you see, in this world, I am not normal. I am not what everyone thinks a normal person should be. I mean, I don't walk around the streets like this, although it would be quite fun. Nor do I always skip around the streets all the time, because there is a certain normal, learned, acceptable behavior that one should have in the streets of this world. And the Bureau of Interpersonal Clarity and the Bureau of Interpersonal Clarity would find me a disgrace if they knew that I was weird and that I liked death and talking about that, and that I was a little bit on the autism spectrum, and that I like to make weird noises. But this is who we are, so since we shall not spend our entire lives being a shape that is not us, this is a video to show you that this is me, this is me, this is me. And it is a perfect introduction to the video essay that I wanted to make about mirrors, because it is looking into a mirror that made me create something like this. Can I just put the mic on myself? Wowza. I guess that works. Because I think when you look into the mirror, you can see the truth. If you really look, though. Because these days, when we look into the mirrors, or when we look into our phones or other surfaces that are reflective, it is not self-reflection that we see in the sense of, I see myself for who I am. No. We see ourselves for what we want to see and what we don't want to see, and so we see the flaws, and we might have body dysmorphia, or we might see, I am not good enough, and hear all those voices and those thoughts, but we do not really see what is really there. There are veils, clouding the reflection. And that is what interests me in mirrors, because they are not only the reflective surfaces that you can find, mainly in bathrooms, but these days in bathrooms, in changing rooms, in hotel lobbies, in kitchens, and everywhere else on this planet, even in front of some toilets, which kind of interesting to poo or pee while seeing yourself in a mirror. Anyway, mirrors can also be places. They can be people. There has been this talk about people being doors or windows. I think there's a third one. Anyway, I add mirrors to that. If someone is a mirror, and I think that that is the best definition of it, they reflect your view of the world and yourself back to you, if you're open to it. And that is an incredible gift. Because, for example, I was walking around the subway yesterday and I was observing what I was seeing in other people. And I could see that I was judging their bodies, and I was comparing myself to them, and I was judging someone who might be too loud because I don't let myself be too loud, and I was also judging someone who was looking at everyone without shame, because I would absolutely love to people watch without shame, but I'm scared of people watching like that, because then what if the person will get annoyed at me somehow, or think that I am judging them by looking at them when really I'm just really interested in what people look like. Mirrors are an incredible tool, but like many things, they are a tool that can either be used to reach hell or heaven. Like, for example, I do not like this version of me that much because I was bullied for it and told that I had no chin. But I have a chin. It is beautiful chin, is it not? It is a treason to ourselves that we may look at our bodies and think that they're not good enough, or even look at ourselves and think that we are not good enough. And it is something that is not linked to one specific body, but that is quite universal. So I am coming on here and sharing my take on it. There is this talk about not judging people on the first image that we have of them, but we judge ourselves when we look in the mirror. We look at the outside. We look at this and think, ooh, messy hair, she does not take care of herself. We look at this and we think, ooh, she probably had a phase where she went a bit crazy and was like, I'm gonna tattoo on my arm. Well, I kind of did, but it's okay, past that. How is it that I absolutely hate it when people make assumptions about me and judge me based on my image and what appears to them, and yet I do the same thing to myself. Naughty, naughty. The mirror appears throughout the human drama as a means of self-knowledge or self-delusion. We have used the reflective surface both to reveal and to hide reality, and mirrors have found their way into religion, folklore, literature, art, magic, and science. Sometimes when I look into the mirror, I see my future, and then I see my present, and I feel like I will never be like the future, and the image and the reflection transforms and becomes a daydream, either of young me that somehow had it all and had the perfect body, or of a future that I could never reach. And so instead of being a mirror that reflects the truth, it becomes an object that completely distorts everything. And that is such an odd thing. Like, I would routinely stand in front of the mirror and show my stomach, which, oh, this is my stomach right now. Show my stomach and think that it was not good enough. Even now, I remember an image of my dad standing in front of the mirror and jiggling like this and saying that everything that moved was not to be there, was fat that needed to be gone. Like, how crazy it is that the image and things that are just reflected take so much importance, more importance than what is inside. It's just a shell in the end. It's something that is amazing because it takes you through the day, and if you gift it great nutrients, it is your palace and your temple and all those things that everyone says about a body, and yet we still judge what it looks like, compare it to other people, and appearances matter, and they even matter to ourselves in our own bathrooms. Let's take this plant. It's beautiful, and it's not perfect. That's all I had to say. Oh, fuck. I put water on myself. Oh no. That's all I had to say about this plant. But if you look even in bakeries and restaurants where everything needs to be perfect and look a specific way, because for some reason we have decided that beauty comes from our idea of perfection. But to me, that is absolutely abhorrent. And though I can see that there is beauty in certain physical features, I wonder, do we think that that is beautiful because we have been taught that it is, or because it truly feels beautiful? And I don't know how there would be a way to figure that out. And if you have found someone that figured it out, please tell me. But you go in the bakeries, and a brownie can look absolutely beautiful and be absolutely disgusting to the taste. Or like, even with models, or like someone that has what is considered a beautiful exterior and then lies, cheats, or whatever the hell they end up doing that is not so beautiful. So why do we put so much importance on our image? Well, I will have you know that for me, because it's my channel, I absolutely adore doing these videos and seeing myself in the mirror, because it reminds me who I am. Because, okay, let's zoom back to the past. In the past, I would look in the mirror and I would hate what I would see in the moment, and I would wish to be skinnier and wish to have accomplished this and that, because I believe that, to have a skinny body, and I know that my body looks like a good body, and what a lot of people, I think, I have been told, would consider a body that is healthy and beautiful. But to me, on a lot of days, and even more in the past, this was not perfect. Because I had gone through the modeling industry, I was told I had too much of a baby face, too much of a chin, that my knees was too fat to ever be a model. Sorry for that cough. So I was taught that my body was not good enough, and that my worth lay in what it looked like. And that is really, really, really bad for you. And it's not pleasurable. I would 5 times a day weigh myself and look at the numbers on the weight measurement thing. How do you say balance in French? Weight person weigher? I don't know. On that thing, and those numbers would tell me if I were to have a good day or not. I would want to spend entire days not eating if that number was too high. But the thing is, that number fluctuates based on so many different things than just like how much fat you have, if that is what people are going for, you know. So, and there have been pictures of people that are the same weight but have different body compositions. Still, I fell for the trap. I fell for the trap. And I would lift my shirt up, and somehow it was always my stomach. Like, if I'm laying down and I see my stomach bigger, or if I'm at the beach and I cannot see like the outline of my bikini because my stomach is raised, I was taught that that meant that I was too fat. What the actual hell? That is such an unhealthy way of having a relationship with my body. So these days, now that I am learning to love myself and to be alone and to have a good relationship with my body, instead of staying stuck in self-limiting beliefs and thoughts that are absolutely not good for me, like literally, like I would talk to myself as if, and I think I was, my own worst enemy, instead of being kind and loving. Like, I just wanted to jump out of my body and be in someone else's. For so much of my life, I was copying others and just wished I could zip out, step out, and just whoop, go into someone else's life instead of living my own. Like, what the actual hell? And I see it in a lot of people. I see it in people that blindly follow a trend, get this bag or that, and I fall into it too sometimes, but because everyone else has it, not because they actually want it. And that annoys me. So, my gift to you today is the memory of the mirror as a tool for knowing yourself. Because I promise you, if you go to your mirror right now and you stare at yourself for 10 minutes, I did it for 2 minutes actually, but if you did 10 minutes, you would figure out even more. But you will hear things. You will hear the way that you look at yourself. You will hear the thoughts that come through. You will hear maybe voices of other people that are still inside of you. And somehow, because you're looking at yourself and not just meditating or moving, it feels like you're talking to yourself properly, you know? And I always wish that I could be able to talk to myself and have a back and forth conversation. And this is what writing fiction is, this is what those videos are on YouTube. And it is what standing in front of a mirror is doing to me. So my gift to you is to just go and look at the mirror. And I would absolutely love, and this is not a thing to get this video to get views, but I would absolutely love to know what came up for you, even just watching this video, because this way, by having those conversations, we can see ourselves through what other people figure out. Like, I feel like every time I read a work of fiction that is honest and true and raw, I can see into myself even more as a mirror. So let this video be a mirror, and let the comment section be a mirror, so that we may self-reflect and see ourselves with more truth and honesty. Kisses! So this was the gift of the goddess of self, who is I, and I is an I, and I is in you, and I is everywhere, and I is the I that sees all, and I is the goddess that begs of you to sing and be a bird and be what others might call odd and weird, but really is just being wonderful you. Because we're all beautiful flowers, and you might as well share your joy with the world and bloom and blossom and let them all smell your scent.